Oh no, Solo. So welcome back to another videos, and today I guess I'll be doing this again because I guess I set my audio track to have it echo, but that's not what we're talking about. I'm a professional YouTuber. So anyways, we're gonna be taking a look at the uh decks of Arena Pauper, and I guess I'll be covering this again because I screwed up on the video, but I made an example deck, and this is actually I wanted to do this video, and now I have more, you know, I kind of want to do this video now because uh, someone retired, and they made this deck, they left this deck behind, and I don't know who's gonna pilot it now, so maybe it will be me, who knows, but yeah, we're gonna be taking a look at birds, basically. This basically the deck is called, mono white flying or birds. This is how you do mono white, not this stupid white weenie crap, This is mono white at its finest. And this is a strong deck, so we'll be taking a look at the flying boys of the world, This is your bird colony, you know. You go to the pet store, you pick any bird you want, put it in here, and you're on your way. Oh, and I forgot to include there's one bird you could put in just because I know Sunny like to put it in sometimes. Rust-winged falcon. I didn't want to put it in because I kind of had more. This is the deck I want to build, so this is my deck. This is not Sunny's deck. Um, he will be missed, but this is my version of the deck. So, but anyways, let's just go over the deck and see what you do. So, one drops will be important in this deck because first strike gets past other flyers in the air. Healer's Hawk, lifelink, you know, burn, or just any damage that's piling up on you, they can heal you. And what you do with these guys, you put, well, equipment on it, you put, like, enchantments, you give your birds some axes and some eyes, and you got yourself a very, very insightful bird. Uh, birds are smart anyways. Yeah. Birds are interesting creatures, but anyways, you give these guys this equipment and whatever, and you protect them with the blessing. You gotta bless your birds somehow. But seriously, enchantments and equipment will be important in this deck for like damage. You're gonna have to pile on damage. Putting it on a lifelink or a first strike creature, that that you're cooking some really fine stew there. This is some synergy in a nutshell. And I think this is what Sonny wanted when he built this deck is, aggro at its finest with some nice synergy. This is what you get. It's pretty nice, pretty nice. Of course, I put in removal, like Purchase Humiliation, just because you will be dealing with some creatures that are problematic, like, Life Drain, and their creatures. You can even cast this for one, just remove that ability. You can remove that Marauding Bright Beast ability. Or if you're dealing with Mogwarts, you want to stop its persist or its, sacrifice, like Skirk Prospector. You could take it out. Um, you'll still have problems with that deck, but this gives you an avenue to stop it. And I think boosting is going to be important in this deck. Of course, we don't have. This is not a flyer. I've sinned, but this is a good way to just get damage in. So it's really nice. It's nice to have a 3/1 and gives a temporary boost. So, I mean, hey, pretty nice to put it on a one mana flying creature. Okay, and then you're gonna need a port state. So like Silverbait Griffin, just a flying bear. Really powerful stuff. People may think, oh, it's just a flying bear. Oh, this flying bear is gonna have all this stuff, and it's gonna have all your other flyers. Flying is what gives, like, this is invasion. With typical mono white, you just don't have evasion. You just get lucky and just swing. But no, this deck has evasion. This deck can tackle in the air pretty good. You got Overseer for draw and just a 2-1 flying. I mean, hey, it's a 3-mana bear, but at least you draw a card and gain some life, you know? Dealing with burn, dealing with, you know, any tribal deck. Perfect. Then you got Tactician. This is kind of to save you time, but also to have a body. I think bodies are going to be important in this deck, and the more bodies you put out, the better chance you have of winning. You know, so it's good to have that. And of course, you have your big flyers. I put in 4, but Stalwart Valkyrie, just a 3/2. Well, it usually costs you 2 mana and a creature in your graveyard, so really nice to have. Then Daybreak Chimera, you know, let's talk about more bodies on the board. Well, this will help you get there with devotion and also just this body, the 3/4 flyer. And hey, this will usually cost you 3 mana or 2 mana. Really, really nice. I have a rally effect in here. You can put this if you want, but I did. It's good to have a rally effects in aggro decks. I believe so. So, and then in my deck, I have like Idyllic Grange, and I have some draw. You know, you can do what you want with your little bird army here. And here's some honorable mentions: Cyborg Tech. You know, you have Blessed Defense for lifelink if you're dealing with burn. Game 2, if you're dealing with burn or any tribal, you're gonna have a good time. I think this is one of Burn's like worst matchups to go up against. You'll have plenty of answers to burn, and I think burn has got to be worried their britches off. You know, Fairy Godmother. That's if you want it. You don't need to put it in the deck, but it's up to you. You know, you have some options. You know, Gus Walker. I know some people put this in like weenies or like whatever. It's there if you want it. You know, Core Skyfisher. I'm not really happy about Core Skyfisher in the Flyers deck. It's more for like bouncy boys. But hey, if you want it, if you want that damage, I mean, it's there. But I wouldn't recommend putting it in the deck. It just doesn't give you the synergy you want. Most of the time, you'll be bouncing a land, which might be sad. You'll Rashad import yourself, which I don't know if you want to do that. So, Aerial Assault, good sideboard tech against burn, or good sideboard tech against like go wide strategies. Um, like I said, Bird is gonna have the hardest time against this deck. This deck, game 2, is really really powerful. So, Griff Rider, it's okay in this deck if you want it. Um, Typically, you're not gonna be running into that, but it's there if you want it. I mean, hey, and why is it a human knight and not like a griffin? People care more about the humans than they do about birds. I mean, what the hell is that nonsense? And I got Blessed Hippogriff. This is more of a metagame if they're dealing with more damage. You might not need it. You're better off with the Karametra's Blessing anyways. So, but yeah, if you want, it's there. Candle Trap, good against like Serpentine Curve. I would put it in the sideboard. It's up to you though. I don't know if Serpentine Curve is being played that much right now, but it's there if you want it. It's also good against Mono White. Mono White will also be a problematic matchup you'll go against. Relic, I put only 1 in the sideboard. You don't want to overflow your deck with just not useful, useless things. And Relic does not provide a body and does not, you know, do anything in battle. But it does stop combo decks. It does stop graveyard shenanigans. So it could be important sometimes. Revoke Existence. This is like good against like any enchantments you'll be running into. Like if they're doing loops with 4-color enchantments, or you want to just Stone Rain an artifact land. Well, there you go. Very powerful stuff. And you get good tempo plays if you do that, you know. Griffin Protector, this is if you want it. I didn't put it in the deck. This is more of an experimental card. You guys can play around with the Griffin Protector if you want, but not my bird of choice. Heron's Hope. You could put this main deck. It's really good against burn. I put it in the sideboard, but it's also really good against like tribal decks. like zombies or clerics. It's really good to have tech against those type of decks if you need it. So that's the end. Seraph of Dawn. This is the best card while attacking. It's the worst card while blocking, and I'll tell you why. Because if you block with it, and they have another removal spell, well, you kind of just, you know, 2-for-1 yourself. Kind of, but... I mean, I guess you gain the life. So it's more good against, like, go white strategies, and you need to gain the life. I mean, it's decent. You could put it in the main. I just don't have it. More that type of fellow who likes to get down and dirty with aggro. And the Angel, Dawnfinger Eagle, they're both the same thing. One's a bird, I guess. So I guess I would put the bird in. You could put the angel in if you want, because the angel looks like she's got a whole bunch of birds. This one's flavor. This one is probably your choice of whatever. And they kind of look like they have the same art. I mean, Dawn Feather Eagle and Angel of Dawn. Dawn Feather Angel. See, it's the same card basically. Even this is more for flavor though, so I would add this to my deck because we got a bunch of birds and she's holding a bunch of birds. Well, this is just the dumb eagle, you know. I don't think eagles are dumb, but this one in particular just doesn't suit well with me. I don't like the pink on the feathers, you know. Doesn't make a bird look pretty, you know. Bird looks pretty just having the white feathers and whatnot. You don't need frilly little pink stuff. Yeah. And that's basically, you know, mono white flyers, mono white flying. This is how you do mono white. You know, you don't want small creatures on the battlefield. This is what you really want. So yeah. But anyways, some tips. You always want to keep a hand with like these guys. And if you have this, you basically kind of have a nut draw. You most likely will need some of these, like this or that. You'll need your like silver beak griffins. You'll need your stalwarts. So if you have like 1 mana follow up play with like another powerful 2 mana, if you have that type of tempo, you're gonna be good. This is more for late game. Your enchantments and your bone splitters. So, but yeah, that is basically mono white flying. I want to thank Sunnyvale for innovating this deck and making it popular in the meta. It is a pillar of Arena Pauper, I believe, but because you got Burn, you got Storm, you got mid range, and I believe Flying is kind of up there with some of the decks. So, but yeah, this was the decks of Arena Pauper. We have some wonderful day or night. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Bye, in peace.